We're here live at the Man Cave 2.0 with one of the legendary DJs, Keith Johnson. How you doing, brother?
Good yourself, good.
I know I did this interview the first time and it didn't come out, so we're here doing it the second time, and I appreciate your time.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
And let's get right with it. My first question to you, brother, is how did all this come about and get started?
Wow. Like I said in the other interview, I moved to Baxter Terrace back in 90. Oh no, let me get it right. 78. Yeah, 1978. And it was a group where guys used to bring their equipment outside in the playground in the summer, and they went by the name of Riviera Disco. And we used to come and check those guys out. Me and my brother and a couple of my friends used to be out there DJing and everything. So I never get the guy's name. Carl, Leonard, and Kim Davis. They used to just have everything so nice, and back then in the 70s, people partying and having fun, nothing but good, clean fun. So I decided to come up with my own little group, and we came up with a little group, me and my friends, and we came up with the group Disco and Chapman. So at the time, it was a place downtown called Druckers. You can go buy some audio gear and stuff like that. We went and bought some little speakers, some little Technique belt drive turntables, and then we started our own little thing. Fast forward things a little bit farther, like 2 years after that, me playing little parties and stuff. A friend of mine was on this when we used to start hanging down Zanzibar. A friend of mine gave me a call one day and asked me to come play downstairs at Zanzibar. I'm thinking that he was BSing around, and I said, okay, cool. I grabbed a couple of records, armful of records, and came downstairs. I met Greg and Shelton Hayes at the time, and they just introduced me to the downstairs system, and I played for them downstairs. So as I was playing downstairs at the time, when you go to Zanzibar, they didn't let nobody upstairs until 12 o'clock, and place is packed. I'm figuring the house DJ at the time was Larry Patterson. He'd probably get there, I come upstairs and check him out. Next thing you know, the manager at the time, Greg, he comes to me and said, I need you to put on a record so you can come upstairs and start the party upstairs. And I'm like, wow, wait a minute. You want me to come upstairs and play now? So, cool. I put on the record, get a couple of records that I had, take them upstairs. We go upstairs. He just turns on the whole system and started showing me what how this was this for and what that was for and stuff like that. And then he took Larry Patterson personal record bin and opened up the records and started putting them in the sleeves and the slots. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So once he showed me how to work everything, he told me he'll be letting people upstairs about in 15 minutes or so. And I was there. I just said this was my big break, so I just kept it basic and everything. Then, Larry did get there about 3-ish, 3:30. Came in, seen that I had everybody dancing and stuff, partying and this and that. First thing he did was give me a record to put on, give me another record to put on, just start feeding me records. And then I guess he did that to me for maybe to half an hour to an hour. And then he started playing, told me don't go nowhere. And the rest was a wrap. I started opening up for Larry Patterson every Wednesday and every Friday down in Zanzibar from 1985 to 87.
Wow. So, with that being said, man, that's a lot of good history right there.
Right.
With that being said, how do you feel about the way that the club scene is going today?
Well, it's a different cats DJs. That's one. The way things is done now is more on a selfish tip, more so. And back then we had like a more love for everybody. Like they had love for me, brought me in with open arms, and took me to a lot of places. Larry took me to a lot of places to meet other cats. David Morales I met Chef Pettibone. I went to a private party at the garage with Larry Levan on the rooftop. I met a whole lot of people within that 2 year span with Larry. So the difference in now and then was there was a little bit more love with cats that they seen that had some potential, or that they seen that can play and they want to take under their wing. So you very seldom find some of these guys that want to get somebody else an exposure. So where I was brought up, I done gave a lot of people exposure. So I would show somebody right now today, somebody that I feel that's got the potential to be a real nice DJ, or what he's doing is something different. Just being different now makes you an eyeball. So it's just that the love now is different than what it was today. I mean then, because you don't have that same love for as DJs. People used to give me music at the time. Like was a part of Judy Weinstein record pool. It wasn't no Keith, don't give this to nobody, don't do this. If he gave it to me, he knew I was gonna let somebody play it. He knew I was gonna give it to somebody. Now, it's a certain thing. It's a code now that certain people, they want certain people to play certain things. So, I mean that was now is now and then is then, but it's just totally different. There's no unity really now than like it was then.
So what would you say to the up and coming DJs, being that you guys have all the experience and and you have all the reference points? So what would be your advice to the younger DJs today?
If you're coming out now with somebody, it's gonna be hard to get out there if you're not around the right people. But you got to pick the people that you decide to be around. For as is that person gonna let you shine too sometimes? Because it ain't all about just somebody taking you under their wing and they doing all the shining. No, if this guy not gonna let you shine, don't stay around that person too long, because it's love. It is what it is. If they not gonna let you do something, if they got love for you, they gonna let you play. They're not gonna put you on early all the time. They're gonna let you be prime time sometimes, because if the way to get out there is to be known or play at prime time or in certain parties and stuff. So if you can't get played airtime at the right time, then step away from that person. That's what I say.
Good advice.
Step away from that person.
Great advice.
Really. Hold on 1 second. Let me talk to my mom right quick. Hold on. Mom, what's up? I'll be there. Give me a minute. I'll be there in the field. Okay? All right. Yep. So, not a problem.
All right. I'm not going to hold you too long, brothers.
But
I know you're busy.
That's what it is. That's all it is. It's about just being around the right people, man. They're going to let you shine. They're going to let you shine. Because it's like this. It's always going to be somebody. I don't think I'm always the best. I know I was just one of the best. You ain't gonna never be number one. You understand? You can be on top for so long. You can be one of the best, or just as good as the best. There's some people out there that think they that person, and then you shine, okay, but somebody else turns. There's always gonna be somebody else just as good as you coming in behind the next door. So it is what it is. Everybody have styles, their own styles. Everybody. Then you can't say you really don't have your own style, because I copied my style from somebody and just twisted it around a little bit for myself. So everybody follows somebody. So, it's what you do with it. And like I said, if you're with somebody that's got a big fan club or a big fan base, and you trying to get in under their wing, if they're not giving you no airtime, step away from it. They'll keep striving and just keep striving and knocking down some doors, because your time will come. Trust me, your time will come.
Tell me a little bit about what you got going on now. I know that you got some things going on. Tell me when it's going and how it's happening.
I'm doing something now with my KMB Sounds, my little production team, and we got Jahad Muhammad, and we got Glenn Sounds. We doing something at the Cricket Club every first Saturdays of the month. House music, club heads, all that stuff like that. We do a lot of stuff. We do outside events. We do so much stuff that I'm so busy. Excuse me, but that's what we got going on right now on every first Saturday of the month. K&B Sounds, Jahad Muhammad, and Glenn Sounds at the Cricket Club in Irvington, New Jersey.
All right, brother.
So,
Brother
you know,
Keith, give me your last words and final thoughts, and out to the club scene and to the DJs and to the general and population in general. This little network, this little club scene.
My main thing is just everybody show everybody love. Show everybody love. Don't be hating on certain things, on certain people, or certain DJs, certain promoters, stuff like that. It's all one big family because when it all boils down to, it's all just music. It's all just music.
Well said, brother. Brother Keith Johnson. We have the legendary Keith Johnson here at the Man Cave 2.0. I appreciate your time, your interview for the second time, brother. And thank you for showing me that love.
Always, anytime. Hey, support. Thank you.